Have you ever paused at something and felt like the world itself stopped breathing for just a moment? That's not coincidence, it's calling. And if you've landed on this message right now, Archangel Michael wants you to understand, you didn't find this. This found you. Heaven is watching. Not in judgment. Not with wrath. But with longing. Longing for your spirit to remember. Longing for your soul to respond. There are moments in time when the veil between the physical and spiritual becomes thin. This is one of those moments. What you choose to do now, in this exact second, echoes louder than you realize. Michael says the scroll of your life is open, and this page, this very one, is sacred. You've been feeling something lately, haven't you? The world feels heavier. Emotions rise for no reason. Time moves strangely. That's not chaos. That's spiritual realignment. Heaven has been shifting the currents around your life, preparing you to step into something you once prayed for but weren't yet ready to hold. But readiness isn't about perfection. It's about willingness. Archangel Michael isn't coming to you with thunder or earthquakes. He comes with a whisper, wrapped in conviction. A soft voice inside that says, you know there's more. You feel it. You've always felt it. This message is a mirror. It reflects the parts of you you've hidden, the purpose you've silenced, the faith you've buried beneath years of pain and doubt. But heaven saw every moment. Every night you cried. Every silent question. Every whispered, why me? And still, heaven has never looked away from you. Never once. That's why this moment matters so much. You're being watched, not to catch you failing, but to catch you rising. The angels are leaning close right now. Archangel Michael stands not just beside you but for you. Protecting you. Shielding your path. Waiting for your response, not in words, but in energy, in action, in spiritual agreement. Because this is more than just a video. It's an appointment. The timing is divine. Had it come earlier, you might have ignored it. Had it come later, you might have missed your opening. But right now, your heart is soft enough to hear and strong enough to answer. And so the question lingers in the air, what will you do now that heaven is watching? Will you numb yourself again with noise, distraction, denial? Or will you pause? Really pause. And let this moment do what it was meant to do, awaken you. You're not being asked to be fearless. You're being asked to be honest. Michael sees your scars. He's walked with you through the betrayals, the losses, the spiritual droughts. And still, he says, rise. Because even your doubts are sacred when they lead you home. Even your fear becomes holy when it pushes you into truth. Your soul has always known it was being prepared for something bigger. That's why you've never fully fit into this world. You've always felt like an outsider, even in familiar places. That restlessness wasn't weakness, it was heaven's fingerprint marking you for more. Archangel Michael is reminding you today, heaven does not assign purpose randomly. Your gifts, your timing, your battles, they all formed you for what's next. Nothing about your story is wasted. Not even the chapters you regret. Especially not those. Heaven isn't seeking perfection from you. It's seeking alignment. A heart willing to say, I may not have it all figured out, but am listening now. That's all heaven needs, a whisper of willingness, to flood your life with guidance and meaning. And when you stop scrolling, when you truly sit still with a divine message like this, something spiritual unlocks inside you. An awareness. A shift. A soft awakening in the deepest part of you that says, this is real. This is for me. It's not about religion. It's not about ritual. It's about relationship between your spirit and the divine presence that has never left you. You've felt it. In your quietest hours. In your hardest days. In your dreams. In signs that didn't make sense at the time. But now they do. Now, everything starts to connect. Why you were delayed. Why certain doors closed. Why some people left. Why you kept surviving storms others didn't even know you were in. It wasn't luck. It wasn't chance. It was protection. You've been shielded because you carry something sacred. And now, heaven is watching to see if you recognize the moment. This is not about impressing God, it's about accepting the invitation. Archangel Michael says heaven only releases messages like this when the soul is ready to receive. Which means, you are ready now. Don't underestimate what happens next. Even small acts of obedience can create massive spiritual movement. A simple yes in your spirit can shift atmospheres. Choosing stillness instead of distraction, prayer instead of panic, trust instead of retreat, that's how warriors are activated. That's how destinies unfold. There is a reason you're still standing, even when everything in your life tried to break you. You were never alone in those battles. Archangel Michael was sent not just to deliver messages, but to defend you in the unseen. Every time you felt an unexplainable peace in the middle of chaos, that was divine covering. Heaven has preserved you through dark nights so you could arrive here, clearer, stronger, more open. This message is not your beginning, and it's not your ending either. It's the moment between where your purpose wakes up and begins walking toward its divine assignment. And right now, even if no one around you understands what's happening inside you, Archangel Michael does. He knows the pressure you've been under. He sees the tension between your past and your future. He feels the weight of choices you haven't spoken out loud. That's why this message came to you in such a quiet but urgent way. Because heaven isn't interested in loud theatrics, it's focused on transformation. You don't need to announce your awakening. Just live it. You don't need the approval of others to honor what you feel within. What's been set in motion now is between you and God. That's it. You don't owe the world an explanation for your sensitivity, your visions, your convictions. You owe it to your spirit to finally listen to what you've been suppressing for years. The shaking you feel isn't a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. You're not falling apart. You're falling into place. This is a holy interruption. A divine pause meant to reroute your attention. You were on track to miss something, but heaven stepped in. You might have scrolled past this 100 times on another day, but not today. Because today, you're different. Today, something in your soul is ready to hear clearly. Don't scroll. Don't rush. Don't silence this moment. Archangel Michael is watching not from above but beside you. His presence is here. Still. Calm. Fierce. His sword is not drawn in battle, but placed gently at your side, offering you strength. Offering you protection. Offering you a chance to walk forward knowing the divine has already gone ahead of you. This moment was prepared before you even knew to look for it. And now that it's arrived, the only thing left is your response. Some moments in life arrive quietly, but they change everything. This is one of those moments. A soft but undeniable signal that you are standing at the edge of something holy. Not a storm, not a trial, but a spiritual turning point. You may not see it with your eyes, but your soul recognizes it. It's that quiet awareness rising inside you now. The sense that something invisible is reaching toward you with purpose. Archangel Michael is reminding you that heaven responds to your inner posture, not your outer performance. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be open. And you are. Right now, in this exact moment, your spirit is open in a way it hasn't been in a long time. That's why this message reached you. It bypassed your distractions. It moved past every reason you might have ignored it. It found you exactly where you are because heaven knew you'd be ready. That's how precise divine timing is. And now, the entire spiritual atmosphere around you is aligning, because you're listening. The angels are recording your yes. No one else might see it, but in the heavenly realm, this is a ripple. An activation. A divine sequence beginning its release. It's not about emotions, it's about recognition. Your soul is recognizing truth, and when truth is received, transformation begins. So if you feel a weight lifting, a pressure fading, a clarity arriving, it's because your heart just said yes, even if your mouth didn't. And that's enough. That yes will move mountains you never could. It will close doors that weren't for you and open ones that have been locked for generations. It will send angels into battles you didn't even know were being fought on your behalf. You've done more today than you realize, just by listening. Just by staying with this message. Just by allowing yourself to feel instead of flee. You didn't scroll. You stood still. And heaven saw that. Heaven felt that. There is a silence in heaven that only breaks when someone on earth truly listens. And right now, your listening has stirred something powerful in the spiritual realm. Your awareness has become agreement. Your attention has become alignment. You may not hear the angels move, but they are moving. Archangel Michael is not passive. He is a warrior of light, and when your heart turns toward heaven, he draws near, not just to deliver messages, but to guard your path forward. You're no longer walking blindly. You've stepped into awareness. And awareness changes everything. You might not know your full purpose yet. You may still feel like you're searching. But heaven doesn't wait for perfect understanding. Heaven moves when you respond in faith. Faith is not always loud. Sometimes, it's quiet. Like the decision you just made to stay and listen. To not scroll. To not run. That was faith, and now? The shift begins. Expect strange confirmations in the next 24 hours. Expect a sense of peace in places where you've only felt resistance. Expect names to come to your mind, not randomly, but divinely. People who need forgiveness. People who need release. People who are part of your next chapter or must remain in the last one. You see, this message wasn't about a feeling. It was a calling. And callings never leave you the same. Archangel Michael wants you to know, you will be asked to make a choice soon. It may come in the form of a conversation, a door, a decision. And when it comes, you'll remember this moment, the stillness, the voice, the sense of being known. That memory will be your confirmation. That will be your green light. And heaven will be watching how you respond. Not because God is judging you, but because He's cheering for you. All of heaven is invested in your journey. Your obedience isn't small. Your growth isn't hidden. Every yes moves you deeper into the life you were born to live. Every time you lean toward faith instead of fear, the universe bends in your favor. This is not the end of the message. It's the beginning of something beautiful. If this message stirred something in you, don't keep it to yourself. This is your moment to act. Heaven is watching how you respond, and so is your destiny. If your soul felt seen, if your heart felt spoken to, then you were meant to hear this. Let this not just be a moment, but a movement in your life. Tap the subscribe button right now so you never miss what heaven sends next. Like this video if you know Archangel Michael is guiding you. Comment with what part of this message hit you the most, because your words could unlock someone else's breakthrough. And if you feel led to go deeper or support this divine mission, drop a super thanks to keep these messages flowing around the world. Don't scroll past your purpose. Don't silence what heaven just awakened. Your response is being written in eternity. Now is the time.